Hello, Paul Andrews here from G4 Guitar School Ashford, and in this video we are looking at Three Little Birds by Bob Marley. Now it's a great beginner strummer song because it only has three chords, A, D and E, so it's a great one to get going with, maybe as his first song or just as a nice little strummer. So what we'll do, we'll look at the chords, then we'll look at different sections and then we'll put it all together. So let's zoom in and take a look at the chords. The first chord we have is A major, and to play that we're going to put our first finger, second fret on the D string, our second finger just underneath it on the G string, second fret, and our third finger just underneath that on the B string, second fret. So it can be a bit of a squeeze to get those fingers in. Another alternative shape to this is our first finger on the G string, second fret, with our second finger just above that on the D string and our third finger on the B string. Now this could be an easier way of changing between the other chords in this song as well, but I just find this one more comfortable. But it's entirely up to you. If you find a bit of a squeeze to get your fingers in the fret like this, you could try this alternative shape and you may find that a bit easier. The next chord we're going to play is E chord, and if we're going from this shape you can just slide back your first finger and the second finger goes up on the A string, second fret, and the third finger on the D string, second fret. And that's a 6-string chord, so we're going to strum all 6 strings. The A chord, which I forgot to mention, is a 5-string chord, so we're only going to strum 5 strings from the A string down. The last chord we play is a D chord, so first finger is going to go on the G string fret 2, second finger on the E string fret 2, and third finger on the B string fret 3, so just in the middle there. This is a 4-string chord, so we want to go from the D string down. So running those again, we've got the A chord and the alternative shape as well, just with the first finger below the second. We've got the E chord, and we've got the D chord. So they're the only 3 chords we need, so make sure you pick through each string one at a time. Make sure you sound clear, make sure we haven't got any dead notes or buzzes. If you've got a finger on a string and it's getting a buzz, it may be that we just need to push it a bit close to the metal using the tip of finger. If we find we are getting a muted string, it may be that there's a finger just touching the string, so hanging down. That's quite common for second finger or the E string note to be muted because the third finger is just hanging down and touching it. So make sure you got the very tips of your fingers down and fingers are nice and straight. So the intro is just 4 bars of A chord. So we're going to get the A and just strum 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, and then 4, 2, 3, 4. So the main thing there is just to maintain that counting, maintain the pulse, and just keeping it nice and steady. Once you're happy with that, you can then start bringing in a few more strums, trying to build up to 4 strums. You strum your quarter notes, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 strum each count of the bar. 2, 3, 4. And there we have it. So after the intro, we go straight into the chorus, and the chorus is 8 bars, and it's just really 4 bars repeated twice. So we've got A, 1, 2, 3, 4, then A again, 2, 2, 3, 4, then we go to D on the 3rd bar, and then we go back to A for the 4th bar. And that gets repeated around again, so we're doing A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, then D, 2, 3, 4, back to A, 2, 3, 4. So we've got that little change to D, that's pretty much it. So A is the main chord throughout that section. So as you're changing, just try and keep fingers close. And if you're looking at a D chord to your A, you can just push out your 3rd finger, drop those 2 down and spread them apart. So it's not a really difficult change. Whenever you're looking at chord changes, try and really zero in on what's happening. Try and look at fingers and try and keep them close to the fretboard and just move them as little as you can. That will obviously speed up the change and make it a lot more fluent. So work on that change. And there we have it, that is the chorus. So next up we have the verse, and the verse is 8 bars. And we start off with A for the first bar, then we're going E, back to A, and then D. Now the next 4 bars are pretty much the same, except we go A, E, and instead of going to A, we go D, A. So bar 7 and 8, if you like, have switched around. We are going D, A, instead of A, D, which were bars 3 and 4. So let's put that together. We've got A, 2, 3, 4, then E, 1, 2, 3, 4, then A, 1, 2, 3, 4, and D. Then around we go, back to A, 1, 2, 3, 4, E, 1, 2, and then going to the D, 1, 2, 3, and then A. So quick changes here compared to the other sections. We are changing every bar. So if you're still not too comfortable with these 3 chords, I'd suggest just 1 strum. 1, 2, 3. Kind of as I'm doing there, obviously. And then start to bring in more strums as you go. That could just be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and then doing 3 strums. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then obviously doing your 4 strums. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't give you much time to change then, so we're going to be pretty quick with the chords. And yes, just work around those changes. It is a bit tricky, but yeah, take it nice and slow and you'll get those chords nice and quick. Okay, so we've got all the sections now. Let's look at the structure of the song. So we start out with the intro. We then go into the chorus, then verse, chorus, verse, and double chorus to end. So you can see it's not that mean. There's not that many sections to keep track of. The chord progression you'll probably find will get in your head fairly quickly. It's not too bad. So you can really start focusing on the right hand and bringing in different strum patterns. You've already talked about strumming. Well, once start with, to make sure we're happy with the chord changes, once you've got that, start then 2 strums, 2, 3, 4, then your 3 strums, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then obviously your 4 strums. So you're strumming your quarter notes, you're strumming every beat at the bottom. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you crack that, we can then start bringing in 8th notes. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Or maybe like a 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And you just keep bringing them in and in and in. So your 8th notes are when you're strumming up. So we're going 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and ands are the ups basically when I'm putting those 8th notes. So 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. Once you're happy with the 8th notes, you can bring in 16th notes. So 1, 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a. So you do that quick down, up, down, down, up. And so you can see there's lots of different combinations you can do here, a lot you can experiment with. There's a really fun one to have a bash around the riff on. If you want more of a reggae style, which obviously this song is, then we can even experiment strumming just on those up strums. So again, a 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and. So you can see I'm just strumming up on those ands, 1, and 2, and what I'm doing is on the beat, on the 1, 2, 3, and 4, I'm just stopping the strings with my right hand, just touch them to mute them out, and that makes it nice and clean. So we're going 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. If we don't do that stop, we get 1, and 2, and 3. And it just sounds a bit messy if you let it ring out. So try and stop them. And that sounds quite cool. And then it's just keeping track of where those ands are. It's very easy to fall back on the beat. So you think you're on the ands, but you're actually back on the 1, 2, 3, and 4. So be aware of that. It's a bit of a tricky strum pattern for beginners, especially if you're still working your chord changes. But it does make it sound a bit more stylistic and gives you something else to obviously work on. So there we go. That is 3 Little Birds. So take it slow, build out your strum pattern, and yeah, have some fun with it. And I'll see you in the next video.